Hello, my name is Christian Santos, and I will be discussing a research article titled A Randomized Control Study of Peanut Oral Immunotherapy, Clinical Desensitization and Modulation of the Allergic Response. This was written by Dr. Varshney and his fellow colleagues. My first question: why did the scientists perform the study? Food allergies are a big health problem, affecting 3.9% of children, with peanuts being the most common food allergy of them all. 3 million Americans have reported being allergic to peanuts, and the number is only increasing. Accidental consumption can lead to things such as life-threatening and even fatal allergic reactions. Worrying about allergic reactions can cause things such as anxiety that impairs social functioning, resulting in poorer health quality of life, worse than diabetes mellitus. Current practice includes a strict avoidance of peanuts and keeping epinephrine readily available in case of accidental consumption. Researchers use open-label oral immunotherapy, known as OIT, to introduce small amounts of peanuts in attempts to desensitize or lessen the effects of allergic reactions. This has never been evaluated using a double-blind, placebo-controlled trial, so this article was the first one to do so. My next question: specify any possible connections between the exposure and the disease. So peanuts are a very prevalent item that is incorporated into many dishes. Peanuts are found in many dishes that you may not even suspect them to be in, or any household items such as peanuts. So this is something to do with public health, because a lot of children have this allergic reaction to peanuts, and they're exposed to cabinets that have chocolate in them, and because of this, parents need to be aware. They need to constantly look at ingredients before they allow their children to consume it, and this adds unnecessary workload and stress to these patients. My next question: what were the major techniques used in the study? So the whole purpose of this research article is to investigate the safety and effectiveness of open-label oral immunotherapy for peanut allergies using a double-blind placebo-controlled study. The researchers have broken down two groups where they introduce either small amounts of peanut protein to patients and gradually increase it, and another group of placebo patients where they evaluate at the end of 1 year the amount they can consume without having an allergic reaction by the end of this study. What were the major results? Did they support or negate the hypothesis, and do they point to future and further studies? So, the overall after 1 year findings include subjects receiving peanut OIT were able to ingest more peanut protein than those on placebo treatment, showing that desensitization is possible with OIT. As for further studies, because this study was only done for a year, this can be a stepping stone for future studies in order for them to test this over many types, over a longer course of years, to make it more generalizable to the public. Some of the strengths of the study include the design. Because the design featured a double-blind placebo-controlled food challenge, this is more generalizable to the public. They can be used in practice after more studies are done. They use current-based knowledge to understand things such as the avoidance of antihistamines, B agonists, theophylline, and montelukast during their trial in order to avoid interference and false desensitization effects on their test subjects, providing more accurate data. Those things that I mentioned act similarly and produce this sort of desensitizing effect to their patients. So that would definitely affect the data. Other strengths include the safety of the test subjects that were considered throughout the study. Throughout the study, they were performed in very safe environments where they considered the fact that allergic responses might be stronger than normal. So that's why they had things such as resuscitation equipment, CPR equipment, and also epinephrine readily available to reverse the effects. Some of the limitations, on the other hand, include the lack of long-term follow-up. lack of maintenance in test subjects, and lack of long-term data. The findings show that subject populations that receive OIT can consume more peanuts than the original baseline before any signs of allergic reaction. So why did I choose this particular article to review? First of all, I thought it was very interesting. And second of all, being a nursing student, I come across a lot of patients in the hospital who have allergies to peanuts. And because of that, I have to incorporate their diet, their lifestyle into my plan of care. I have to change their diet. I need to do teaching and prevent them from consuming peanuts during my shift. It is our overall job as nurses in order to teach them about different evidence-based practice. As I mentioned earlier, the current evidence practice teaches us to teach to the public about how to avoid peanuts as well as have the epinephrine readily available just in case of accidental consumption. OIT can really help patients with peanut allergies to overcome the anxiety they face associated with it and prevent life-threatening allergic reactions. It was a very informative and clearly written article that made it good to share with my patients. This is also a stepping stone for future studies in order for it to be standardized care for us. It could be a potential way of treating our patients in the hospitals and having them come in, do the desensitization, and decreasing the effects of the peanuts and making it more generalizable to other allergic foods that are patients are commonly allergic to, such as maybe antibiotics in the future. The discussion of public health implications include the fact that because so many people are affected by being allergic to peanuts, it's very important that we teach them about stuff like this article and even possibly help them donate so that we can have more research on this. And overall, this is something we should definitely look into. Thank you so much.